Hey y'all, I know it's been a minute, but we back with another video. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and if you don't want to miss when I drop new content, tap that bell to turn on the post notifications. Now that we got that out the way, let's get into this video. In this video, we is going to be talking about how I organize my mods folder. So I've had a few people in my live streams ask me how organize my mods. So I figured I'd just make a video and show everybody. So if you look here, this is my mods folder and it is organized by creators. So all my mods and my CC is organized by the creators. And I found that was the easiest way for me to keep up with all my CC, who it was by. So when things update or they break, I know exactly where to go to find them. Because at first, my mods folder, I was just dumping all the CC straight in my mods folder right after I downloaded it. And while you can just search for items in your mods folder, sometimes it's hard to do that if you don't know the exact name that the package file says. Like it may be one thing when you know what the name of the mod is, but sometimes the name of the package file isn't the name of the actual piece of CC or the mod per se. So I figured the best way for me to get more organized was to go through all my CC and organize it by creator. Now, granted, I did do this when I only had like maybe 4 or 5 gigabytes of CC. I am so happy that I did this or I started doing this back then because now I'm up to a little more than 54 gigabytes and everything is still organized by creator. So I also wanted to show you guys, with that being said, how I go about putting my CC into my game when I've downloaded new things. So here on the right, we have my downloads folder of some stuff that I downloaded yesterday that for the purpose of this video, I did not put into my mods folder yet. Now, when I download new CC and everything like that, I don't just drop it in their respectable folders because we all have been there where we've downloaded CC or mods that are outdated or broken. So there's nothing worse than putting something in your folders and it breaks your game and then you have to figure out what it is, especially if you somebody like me that spends hours downloading a bunch of stuff and now you have to pinpoint what's broken, and then I would have to go through all the folders and everything like that because I don't use anything that finds the broken CC for me, even though I should, but at the moment I don't. So what's easy for me is um what I do is I put a folder in my mods folder with the date. So let's see, we have the date of January 3rd, which I made for the sake of this video. Even though I downloaded the stuff yesterday, I just switched it to today because it's the 3rd. So what I do is I make a folder with the date and then I take all the CC that I downloaded yesterday that is in my downloads folder and I just drop it all in this January 3rd file. Now that was 103 items and I just moved them all here so that way when I go into my game, if my game is wonky in any way, if it's lagging or if my game is throwing last exceptions, I know it's something that came from this folder because my game was fine prior to me adding these items. So that is the reason why I do it this way. And I usually keep the folder like this for like a day or two and I'll play my game with the stuff like this for a day or two and then I'll move everything in its folders according to whoever created it. And another thing I also wanted to show you guys with me organizing my mods. Now I'm gonna go back into this January though. Now you see some of these names have like brackets and underscores and everything like that. And something that I learned from other sim players a while back ago was if you're ever experiencing like lag and everything like that in your game, sometimes these special characters in the name can play a part in the lag that you're experiencing. So I downloaded something called the bulk rename utility. And the way this works is, so I'm gonna go, once you load it up and you install everything, you open it up, you go to I go to electronic, or well, I'm sorry, let me go all the way back to show y'all. So you will go to documents over here on the left hand side, and then you will go to electronic arts, The Sims 4, and then mods, and it'll pull up all of my mods folder. Like, I'm sorry, all of my creator folders and my mods folder. So the one I'm looking for is January 3rd because I just dropped it. So once I go to January 3rd, I'm sorry, it opens up all the CC that I just put in that file. So what you then want to do is go up here to actions and click select all. And it's going to select every single file that I just dropped into that January 3rd folder. So as we can see at the top, these first four names has brackets. So you want to go right here where it says replace, and then you want to put in the left bracket, and then you come over here and you hit rename. So what it did was it removed all those left brackets. And then you want to delete that, and then you want to put in the right bracket. I hope I'm saying that right, but if not, whatever. Y'all know what I mean. You hit rename again, and then it deletes that out of that name. So now it took the brackets away from the name at all. And the same thing for Around the Sims. If you're somebody that's familiar with Around the Sims PC, then you know a lot of their stuff always has dashes or underscores. So again, you want to go here to replace, and then you want to put an underscore here, and where it says with, you just leave it blank because we're not replacing it with anything. So when you leave it blank, it just removes it altogether. So when you hit rename, it did it, and then it'll tell you down here at the bottom that 98 items were successfully processed. So all it did was remove the underscore from all those names in that folder, and then you just keep going, so on and so forth, with whatever special characters that you notice in that folder. Now, what I will say, you have to be mindful when doing this. The one thing you don't want to delete is periods. Because if you notice, now let's go back to the mods folder and I'll show you what I mean. Now, if you notice when you're looking at the name of the file, it'll say whatever it is, dot package. You don't want to delete the periods because obviously it's going to, I'm assuming, because I've never done this, so I'm assuming it would mess up that file if you remove that dot between the name and the package. So that's just one thing I want to put out there. You don't want to ever remove the periods. The only thing you're looking to remove is like brackets, parentheses, underscores, dashes, and stuff like that. Those are the only things that you're looking for to remove, but the periods you leave alone. So as you can see now, when looking at my mods folder, all those special characters are gone. You can also remove spaces. And the way you would do that is you would just go to replace, and then you would just hit the space bar and you would hit rename. And if there's anything with a space in it, it'll get rid of that space in the name. So only 3 items had names that were spaced out, so it changed those. And that's basically how I go about removing the special characters from the names of the files in my mods folder. And again, that is called the bulk rename utility. And I will drop the link for that in the description below. So I really hope that this video was helpful and really gave you guys some insight into how I organize my mods folder, and maybe it'll help somebody when they decide they want to organize their mods folder. So see you guys next time.